What's going on, family? Peace and harmony. Peace and harmony. Let's get in here. Let's get in here. Because Divine is talking to me loud and proud, honey. Divine is talking to me loud and proud. Divine is talking to me. Talking through me, up and down. Divine is talking to me, and Divine is not playing with me and the messages that I have to give out. Because, yeah. Oh, did I leave my crystal? Oh, there you go. Yes, peace and harmony, family. Peace and harmony, family. So we gotta talk because Divine is not letting me, like, my throat chakra is all the way open. So I want to talk about these waist trainers. I don't even know where this came from today. Like, I guess I don't know. I just woke up one day, not one day. I really had a long ass night because I had to take my child to the hospital because she fractured her foot, or she not fractured her foot. She they don't know. They said she bruised, she got a contusion and all of this shit on her foot because I got a tomboy at the damn house, so she be flipping and shit. So she hit her foot. Now, like, I was at the hospital for damn near 6 hours, and they put her a splint on her foot. But anywho, I'm tired, but that visit to the hospital really made me think about some things and the dangers of waist training. I still to this day don't really know where that came from, to be honest, but I'm feeling the need to talk about it. And I want to tell y'all so bad that them waist trainers are gonna fuck y'all up in the long run. I want to tell y'all so bad. I love y'all sisters, but damn, take them damn things off. And I'm gonna tell you why. And, I'm not a physician. TikTok, this is for information, educational purpose, blah, 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 blah. So, I do a lot of research on holistic healing. And I don't classify myself as an expert. I don't classify myself as I know any and everything, because I don't. But, and that's just being transparent, because I live and I learn every single fucking day. But what I do know is we got to think about it. Our body or our organs are put in place in certain locations within our body for a reason. And when we sit here as women, and y'all hate this sound. This is so ghetto. It's so annoying. But when we as women put these waist trainers on, and we think that we got this snatched ass body. We think that we doing it for the gram. We doing it for TikTok. We doing it for clout and all this extra shit. But you are suppressing and you are suffocating your organs. I know y'all think that it's doing more good, but it's actually doing more harm. You are literally pushing and applying pressure to your organs. And when you do that, you are not only cutting off the circulation from your organs, you are cutting off the blood flow to your organs, you are cutting off your organs from actually properly functioning. Okay? Y'all might not see that shit now, but as you get older and you do that shit every single day, y'all be out here. I don't even see how the hell y'all be wearing them when y'all be working out. I had mine on one time. I ain't even have it on tight, boy. I thought I was in that bitch dying. I said, oh shit. I said, oh my god. I said, oh my gosh. But that shit is really dangerous. And that's why I preach so much about the food that we eat too, because it's like you might not be able to see exactly what that food is doing to your body. But y'all ever notice people who hit their mid-40s and up, that's when they start having those issues, but those underlying issues happen from the things that you consume in your 20s, in your 30s, the things that you consume as a child in your mama womb. That adds up. It gradually happens. Y'all think people just be out here just saying shit just to say it? But y'all believe doctors who are healers. Doctors ain't healed a goddamn thing. Matter of fact, I would be embarrassed to be a fucking doctor and have not healed shit, but I've just treated shit. Then what the fuck was the point of you going to school all that? You went to school all that damn time. Damn near half of your life. just to prescribe some drugs, maybe do a little stitching here and there, but ain't nobody actually healing nothing. But when you tap into holistic lifestyle, holistic healing, and I was explaining to somebody, if you really want to lose weight and you want to sweat all that shit out, do a spiritual bath, a hot spiritual bath. Put you some herbs in there, detox your body, change your eating habits, and incorporate some fucking yoga. Y'all, I wonder, can I do that? I put up a before and after picture. I've always been like a more petite size, but um in 2020 I had gained like weight. And so one of the things, or a few of the things that I did was I did spiritual baths. I did spiritual baths here and there, but I do them now. And I just did a fast, and I've been doing a spiritual bath every single day this week. And I can definitely already tell the difference. And I incorporate yoga. So spiritual baths, eating the right shit, and doing yoga will fix all of the motherfucking problems that y'all be going through. Y'all don't have to go through the things that y'all go. I don't understand why y'all want to go through all that pain. What wrong with y'all? Y'all right? Y'all, is y'all okay? And I was like, is y'all okay? For real. Like, something's wrong, y'all. And, I get it. I get it. Everybody want to go the easy route, but is it really the easy route when you taking apart? Listen, because I'm getting so many downloads right now. Okay. Even when you go and get surgery, and you go, is it a BBL where you take the fat off of your stomach and put it on your hips? I don't know what all of that shit is, because I'm not interested in getting one. But you got to understand, just like your colon, okay? Your colon, it has specific areas in your colon where when you eat certain things and that food is being digested in your colon, it takes those nutritions from that food and it pushes it out to certain parts of your body. That's what the colon do. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important that we detox your colon, your liver, your intestines, all of that stuff. Because your colon is actually dishing out those nutritions from the food that you're digesting. So when you think about you taking parts of your body and putting it around your hips, around your ass, and make just so you can have this nice figure. But let me put you in on the secret. When you start living holistically, you gonna get your goddess body. I'm just saying, because my hips gonna start spreading. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, that's besides the point. But anywho, when you literally take those tissues that was meant to be in that specific area of your body for a reason, and you go and put it somewhere else, why do you think people be having their bodies be getting rejected from the shit they be doing? Because it's not supposed to be there. It's specific tissues are supposed to be where they're specifically at, and y'all go and y'all take them and y'all remove that part out of your body, and you're killing yourself. Your body is literally telling you and rejecting you from even your own personal shit, because not only are you toxic and you eating the wrong things, but you putting it in a place that it don't belong. Now your body don't recognize it, and now you sick. Now your ass, I can't stand seeing those pictures where it be like they ass done dropped and then caved in and shit. It's not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be there. Shugs, I promise you. What kind of herbs do you use for spiritual bath? It depends on what your target is. Like me, I literally just did, but I literally just did a hibiscus one. And I literally, in my spiritual bath, I talk to my herbs. I show a lot of gratification. Okay, I thank my herbs and I rub it on my skin. I rub it like all over my skin, and I give gratitude. Thank you for clearing my mind, my body, and my spirit. That's what I do. But it just really depends on what you want to do. Like, I gave my daughter a spiritual bath, and I put hibiscus, I put chamomile, I put lavender in there as well, and that calmed her down. I mean, she's energetic as fuck anyway, but that calmed her down for the most part. And then I gave her some chamomile tea, and that calmed her down. You're welcome. And that's why I say, it just depends on what you're trying to do. And like, even when it comes to just healing the body, you got to understand what herbs you using. A lot of people just sitting here, and I ain't no expert, but I know what I know from trial and error and just going through the shit myself. So when I'm out here and I'm talking to these women and they be doing all these surgeries and waist trainers and stuff, like I done went through that too. I done did the waist trainers, and people was like, well, the compression helps, blah blah blah. But even if you were to get the shape that you want and you still eat the way that you eat, it is going to go back to you being overweight. And we got to talk about how your mind and your spirit plays a huge part in your weight loss journey too. If you're trying to lose weight, you cannot just worry about the physical aspects. You have to literally detox your spirit and your mind and your body. Whatever you do to your spirit and your mind, your body will automatically follow. So when we trying to go through these weight loss journeys and all this shit like this, we trying to transform our life. You got to start with your mind and you got to start with your spirit. Whatever you do mentally and spiritually, your body will follow the process. I can't stress that enough. Your body, majority of your body is involuntary. Okay? You breathe, you blink, you smell, all this shit, you breathe on your own. So when we think about our nervous system, we think about our mindset, we think about our brain, we think about all of that shit, and you got to think about it. People who are overweight, they are emotional eaters. It is some They are emotional eating, which means whatever emotion they feeling that they have went through when it came to trauma, whatever they've experienced in that lifetime or that life experience or whatever, they're eating that problem. That's why I made a video the other day when I was like, when it comes to holiday season, that's when they had the most pies out. That's when they had the most desserts, the most sugars, the most white bleached flour. They have all of that shit. And all of that has been linked to yeast infections, it's been cancer causing, it's been all types of stuff. Just because you do not see it right now don't mean it's not happening to your body. That don't mean it's not happening to your body. How many days did you fast? I did 3. I was trying to do 5, but I really was unprepared. And I'm so grateful that I went through that fast and only did it for 3 days, because I was doing it with a group of people, and it was something that I'm going through something right now. Like, I'm being transparent as fuck. Not like something that's just really bad, but I'm going through this purging of within myself. And I was explaining to my good sis Danny, I was explaining to her, yeah, I actually broke my fast. I just, not only was I not prepared, but I also was craving like some sweet stuff. And then she was explaining to me, when we crave sweet stuff, it's literally like an underlying issue with that emotion. So, and it's crazy because when I was explaining to her, I was craving something sweet, and usually I typically go for something mushy and doughy, or just fluffy. And it made me think, okay, emotionally, when we think about that, when we people who are craving sweets, they're craving sweets literally mean that you're craving some type of love within yourself that you haven't gotten. So, matter of fact, let me read it to y'all. Let me see if I got it, because this shit, when she sent me this, it made so much sense. Like, it made so much sense. Okay, so she sent me this post with this guy explaining how emotions drive our nervous system or some shit like that. I can't remember everything he said verbatim, but he said if depressed, the body will choose stimulating foods and practices to stimulate it. So caffeine and skipping meals. And then he was saying cravings are an expression, they're a language of our bodies. And I was like, damn. And when I started thinking about that, I actually ended up writing a poem, because it literally came to me as a poem. It was wild as fuck. Because I was like, damn. He also said transform, when you understand why you're craving the things that you're craving, he said transform your mindset from I'm binge eating and I need to stop to my body uses binging to ground. I wonder what's activating me, what's making me feel like I need to overindulge in these foods and stuff. And so I was like, I asked myself, I wonder what's activating me. And I started thinking about sweets, and I started thinking about they're mushy. Sometimes I like a crunch, but mostly doughy or cake like, because I love cake. I love pies and shit like that. And so I wrote in here in this chapter where I yearn for love. I want to be held and gripped on every inch of my body. I don't know if it's necessarily love, but the yearning of being felt on, whether I got to do it to myself or not. But that sweet gentleness from a rough man's hand, the feeling of warmth and pressure as he caresses my body. I need to feel that hot and buttery love. I need the snuggling type of cuddling. And it made me think about food. And it made me think about even when they promote food, it's always, love. Like, it's always some type of like love that they putting behind it, or whether they overly sexualizing it, that made me think about food. And I'm like, damn, I really want that for myself, but because I don't have it for myself, I overindulge with sweets that make me think, that actually heightens, that dopamine that makes me feel like I'm getting that type of love, so I crave that type of food. So when you understand how, food really deals with your emotions and your nervous system, and how your mind, your spirit, and your body will do anything to get that, it helps you better understand your eating habits, and it helps you be able to control your weight. So I was like, damn, I said sweet and buttery. I said, damn, I love me some sweet and buttery biscuits. Like, for real, that's because I grew up on those things, man. Mississippi, my grandma, ooh, she made the best biscuits. But writing that out and allowing me to see that for myself, like, even I wrote on here, I need the snuggling type of cuddling, that love that makes you feel fluffy and close, but yet so delicately handled. And I'm like, damn, that reminds me of a cake. So I want a cake, Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, do you really understand what I'm saying? Because it's amazing how the body feels these things, or feels these things through food. And that's why a lot of people become emotional eaters, because we feel what we're missing through food. That's why you become an emotional eater. That's why we crave the things that we crave, and even not even just the emotional eating, but what is in the food. Like, artificial flavors are drugs, preservatives are drugs that was approved by the FDA. Again, like I made in my video, y'all don't find it strange that food and a drug association work hand in hand and sleeping with each other in the bed. We don't understand that. But that's another topic for another day. And then I wrote on here, just tender and a sucker for true love. Crunch. When I thought about how I do like a little crispy crunch to it, it made me think about control, because I was thinking about my teeth and how I can control my teeth, how I can chew on the things that I want. So it made me think about that as far as relationships, as well as in, damn, I do like to control shit in relationships, or as far as I did like to control things in relationships. And I was more so, I ain't gonna say I was a control freak, because I'm not a control freak, but at the same time, I did like having that control in my life, like being able to control shit. And so when I realized, damn, that crunch is control, because I'm chewing it, like I have that control over that. Um, and then it made me think about attention as well. Um, And it made me think too, how when I shifted everything that I was eating, from the meat to the cheese and stuff, I'm still working on sugar, but for the most part, I really don't crave too much sugar as much as I used to. So it's a transition right there. But when I started eating food that was healthier and wiser for my body, I started to become wise, and I started to acquire knowledge and wisdom that I haven't before. And a lot of times, when you realize how the sun and how the sun feeds into the fruit and the plants and stuff, and then you eat that same thing, you get messages and shit like that because you're eating for wisdom. You're eating from wisdom. You're eating from knowledge, that's being given into our fruit and stuff, and you receive it. That's why people who eat so good and they have this high level consciousness, that's because they're eating healthy stuff that has wisdom and stuff. But I just wanted to come over here and explain that. And at the end of the day, when it comes to these weight loss journeys and it comes to your spirit, your mind, and your body, you have to, everything buckles down to your mentality. Everything buckles down to self. Everything always circles back to you. It circles back to life. It circles back to what you're doing to yourself. When we start understanding that, when we really truly start understanding that the foods that we consume and the things that we see just because it's a trend is actually doing more harm than it is actually helping us, the better we can do better for ourselves and our community. We are so disconnected from that shit. It is wild. It is wild. And I'm gonna come back on here and talk about Scrappy and his mama Dia situation, because there's some things in there that I need to break down for people to really understand from a different standpoint and a different point of view, because that right there was a perfect example. I'm so glad they recorded that, because that is something that really needs to be talked about. And this is why it's important that I preach to women about womanhood and about being in that safe space, or being that safe space, allowing men to have that peace that they can come to. I mean, men create their own peace. You evidently you create your own peace, but it's more encouraging, it's more powerful when you are connected with somebody who understands, or understand rather, that when you see somebody going through something, it's not to add on to that frustration, but it's to create a safe space and environment for that person to be able to relax so they can properly process and digest what they've been going through. And I don't understand why that's so hard for women to understand nowadays. Shit. It's Aggie, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. And that's what I say, man. I eat fruit, and I've been having the spiritual bath every day this week. And we got to understand, when you're doing spiritual bath, you cleaning yourself all over. Spiritually, you releasing. Then it's a full moon. You releasing all the blockages. Because we think as people that we only have blockages when we're able to actually see with our seeing eyes. You can have blockages in your third eye, your chakras. Like, you can have blockages in your sacral chakra just from you not even exercising, just from you not eating the right thing, just from you not surrounding yourself around the right people. You can have blockages there. And just because a lot of people, they stuck on, I need to see this. I see it. I need to see it. But if you tap into your third eye, you can see it. It's wild. So that's why I'm such an advocate for holistic healing. I'm such an advocate for that. And I'm such an advocate for Black love and connection. That's what I'm here to do. Like, that's my due diligence. That's my obligation. That's my purpose. I'm here to help people find that connection within themselves so they can find that connection within each other. Because ultimately, if you trying to build anything in a community, you need family. You got to understand that. Like, you cannot move and create systems without your family. If everybody was to literally, because everybody has a healer in their family. If that healer was to actually heal themselves and heal their family, our community would be unmotherfucking stoppable. Y'all don't have any idea the power that you possess. Like, people don't understand that shit. It'd be wild. I'd be like, damn. Everybody got a healer. I'm my healer in my family. Um, my sister's a healer. Everybody has a healer. Literally, everybody's a healer in your family. You gotta tap in with it. Like, tap in. Don't be afraid of yourself. I don't understand why people be so afraid of holistic lifestyle. All you got to do, matter of fact, it's a book. Matter of fact, the first book I ever recommend to anybody if they really, really wanted to heal themselves is to get Dr. Lalela Africa book of African Holistic Health. Because when I tell you, when I started reading that man book, everything started making motherfucking sense. Everything. Everything started making sense. And I'm using some of these things that he got in there. I'm trial and error on my own stuff in my own family. I got my mom, my grandma right now is going through this whole cancer process. You know what I'm saying? She done went and got half some of her breast taken out. Then they gonna send her through chemo, which don't make motherfucking sense because if you already got all the cancer cells out, why the fuck do you need to go through chemo? They say they trying to make sure they kill all of the cells. But yet they're using radiation that's been linked to using in nuclear bombs. Like, this shit makes sense, you know? Like, it don't make sense. And then after that, it's the kicker. They gave her a prescription of some I forgot the name of the pills, but I'm gonna call them radiation pills for her to take for the next 5 years. And I said, Granny, do they even make sense to you? Do they done did all this cutting? They done did all this chemo. They done did all of this for you to go on a pill for 5 years? For what? I gave her. I told her the first thing she needs to do is stop eating meat. Stop eating dairy. She don't really eat that for real anyway. But stop eating all of that shit. Stop eating sugars, especially the white bleach sugar, the sugar cane, the white sugar, the white unbleached flour. Stop eating all that shit. You ain't doing nothing but clogging it up. I told her she could drink her some red raspberry tea, some hibiscus, add some hibiscus. Hibiscus is it has a bunch of antioxidants. Antioxidants helps you rejuvenate your cells, okay? Um, and it helps fight against cancer cells. So that's a top tier one. I need to turn that into a tincture now that I think about it because I can hit the bloodstream quicker. Yeah, it's a lot of shit that you can do. Tap in, man. Everybody has a healer. Everybody. There is not one. I don't care how dysfunctional your family is. When that healer decides to heal, on spiritually, mentally, and physically, when they start to heal, they heal their entire family. It might be a journey and a process, but you know what? That's the first experience. Those are your first testimonies. Your family is literally your first testimonies. Your family, I'm telling you, when your family start to see how your skin start glowing, how your nails growing, your energy, all of that shit change, they're going to want that. Because naturally, that's what we look like. Naturally, that's you look good, you feel good. They want to feel just like that. And you got to understand energy transmute. You come around this good energy all the time, they're going to wonder, they're going to be asking you, well, how you do that? How you do that? When they start asking questions, you got them. And it might be a journey, it might be a process. You might have to be the ones to stick with them by their side. But don't be afraid of that because that's what you're supposed to do. That's your family. But anywho, that's all I had because I got to go do some stuff. But that was on my mind, y'all, because we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to understand the body. It's just too much information out here to be still in these doctor hospitals who classify themselves as healers, but we still fighting the same problems for years. So, yeah. But with that said, family, I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening to my consciousness. Peace, love, and harmony as always, family. Peace, love, and harmony. Oh, I done fucked up.